in student is your virtual classroom. Today, our subject is language arts, and our topic is review of tenses, present, past, and future simple tense. The focus question for this lesson is, how do I read, find, and share information about pollution? What's the focus question again? How do I read, share information about pollution? Let me repeat. How do I read, find, and share information about pollution? Please write that. How do I read, find, and share information about pollution? All right. Before we go into our lesson, listen to the classrooms. Raise your hand if you want to ask something. Wait to be acknowledged. Whenever you come to the board to do something, no loitering at the whiteboard. Okay then? Yes. And when you speak to your classmates and to myself, you are to speak in standard English. Everyone has that? Yes, yes, wonderful. Okay then. So we looked at the focus question, and I would like to find out from you what question means. What the word question means. When you're asking something. Very good. So then, what the word focus means? Yes, Kashi? The central point. Anyone else? Danny? Every? Focus? Telling? Focal point. All right then. So I think you're able to understand the people from demonstration now. This looks like a magnifying glass. An image. Do you recognize it? Yes. Okay, so I need a volunteer to come forward and demonstrate how would you focus with this magnifying glass. Volunteer? Yes. Show the class the meaning of focus. You have to focus on something. What are you looking on? This straight, you're looking straight at this glass. So you have to make sure that you stand up. So what is a magnifying glass used for? The reflection. Magnifying glass. It's something bigger than the area. So you need to focus on something. So when you use the magnifying glass to make something large, you maybe want to use their So the dictionary maybe it's small for my eyes, and I have the magnifying glass, so I use the magnifying glass. So I want to see the word bigger than it is. So I look through the glass and see the word bigger than it is. Everyone agrees? Yes, thank you very much. Daddy. All right. Supposing this were something you use in the lab. You know the name of something you look through? Something shaped like this? Ah, all right. Okay, come everyone. Show us how you use the microscope focus. So the class, so you're using the microphone.
So I'm using the microscope to open the chair in your back to try that you can go on the
Okay, everyone agrees? Yes, please. Wonderful. So focus means to concentrate on something. And what is our focus question for this lesson?
I read, find, and share information about pollution.
Therefore, in this lesson, we are going to pay special attention to
Pollution.
what kind of pollution? Air pollution. Wonderful. Very good. So let us proceed. We are going to now look at the objectives for this lesson. All right. Please read the objectives for this lesson.
Define air pollution. Recognize current, past, simple, and future tenses in information about air pollution. Distinguish between subject nouns, pronouns, and verb forms when reading and sharing information about air pollution. Analyze verb words and classify them as noun, finished periods, and go into for discussion and writing about air pollution. Write short paragraphs that explain the harmful effects of pollution on the environment now, in the past, and future implications. Share experiences about pollution within and listen to others share boosting standard English.
Very good. All right. Is there any word that you do not understand among the list of expressions in the objectives? Everyone can explain any word there? Okay then, what is pollution? What is pollution? Raise your hand. Yes, Tashi? Pollution is to make something unpleasant. Something more, add something more to that. That's too broad. Be more direct. Yes, Wendy? Oh, contaminate. Wow, wonderful. Contaminate something, you see? Go a little bit further. Okay, do you know what contaminate means? Can you explain a situation at home or in your environment where contamination will happen? Yes.
When the garbage in the river, they contaminate the water.
How does it contaminate the water?
By producing harmful
chemicals go into the water, or the garbage breaks down into the water, and they're not supposed to be there. Okay, anyone else would like to share an idea about pollution? Yes.
Pollution can when moving the atmosphere.
Wonderful, and that's coming closer to our next skill. When we burn garbage, and the fumes go into the atmosphere. That is closer to our lesson. Wonderful, wonderful. Now we are looking at verb tenses and we are revising, reviewing. And so we have tenses that are now, tenses that are expressing finished actions or periods, and tenses that are expressing going to. Now on the table I have some tricks and I'm going to ask you to come up in pairs. Take two at a time and put them where you feel the word speak now, finish period, or going to. Starting over here, take up anything you don't know what is underneath. So your job is to stick them in one of the columns. And then when you sit down, the other pair will come. Okay, so our two classmates did the first, next pair. Picnic, don't loiter at the whiteboard. Next pair. Can you go up to the board? Not at this time. Next, three of you. Come. Sashi, are you ready? Come. Quickly, quickly. When you are sharing. No loitering on the whiteboard. Remember the rule. No loitering. Again, you want, we're not finished. Don't touch anything up there, only on the table. Next to every company. Lady and company. From Sashi and company. From Daddy. Last one is for Daddy. Wonderful. Okay then. So we have placed them into their columns and let us do a check now. Do we need to do any changes? Do we need to do any changes? Yes, Miss. Person responsible. This one needs to change. Which one needs to change, teacher? Doesn't. Which one? Doesn't. Doesn't. All right. What's the problem with doesn't? This you have that present. No, and it's at the word at finish here. Yes, so it should be at the. And doesn't is the contraction for does not, and does it no present tense. So who's the person who did doesn't? Doesn't? Person who mostly doesn't complete it. Yes. Of course, yes. I put that one. Oh, yes. All right. Okay then. Wonderful. We are moving on now. When is the present simple tense used?
The present simple tense is used to show general action, events, and states when we have no reason to think of them as being anything temporary or limited in time. Also, what benefits things, general indicators are used to these things.
All right, write that down in your books. All right, very quickly. And while you're writing, I would like to start thinking about pollution and give me a sentence in the present tense using one of the verbs in the section on the board that says no. Okay, ready? Still writing? All right. Make sure you're copying correctly from the board. Beginning with capitalization, and make sure your end bars are at the end of each sentence. Okay, so we're thinking of air pollution. You can think of a sentence that you can say. Now, bear in mind what to bear in mind. That this kind of behavior is habitual. Some, people tend to regularly conduct different things. And so they also regularly pollute the air. Repeatedly, they do these things. So the present tense shows general action or event or state that when we have no reason to think of them as being in any way limited or temporary. So no, you're not thinking of the past and you're not thinking of the future. Are you following me? Can you come up with a sentence about air pollution using one of the words that you have in the column right here? That is no, you're not referring to the past, you're not thinking of the future, or no. Raise your hand if you have a sentence. You may write it to help you say it more clearly, no problem. But I want you to speak it. No. No, Daddy, no. Yes, ready, every? Go ahead.
Air pollution causes the respiratory illness.
Excellent, very good, give her a hand. Air pollution causes respiratory illnesses. Wonderful. Who has the second one? Anyone would like to try? All right then. What did you notice about these verbs? In the noun. They end with S. Is there any that ends with ES?
Yes.
Which one? Causes. A. All right, wonderful. So, what about think? What is the nature of the verb think? Can you tell? Where does think happen? In your mind. So that's 8. All right then. What about are? Is are a present tense verb? What kind of verb is are? What's the nature of that verb? Are is used to express. Yes, Nadia?
When you're talking about more than one thing.
More than one. Is she correct so far? More than one, yes. Go on. Someone would like to help her? So we're thinking of air pollution now. And you want to use are. There are dash. There are many. Many what? That cause air pollution. Many what?
Chemicals.
Chemicals that
Causes air pollution.
there are many chemicals that are polluting the air or cause air pollution. Very good. Okay then. Let us look at the finished period over here on the left. What do you notice about those words? Finished period means it happened and it stopped. Ended in the past. Not any relationship to now. Finished. When you're writing the past simple, you must think of the event or the thing started and it stopped. It stopped. Okay then? So let me look at some of the past verbs, finished period verbs. What about did? What do you think about did? What's the nature of that verb? Past tense of do. Yes, and action. All right, then what about was? Raise your hand, remember the rules. Raise your hand. Yes. The past tense of no. Let's go again. Yes. No. Go again. Yes, Emery. Wonderful. Give her a clap. What is okay, wonderful. What about the word cost? What do you notice about the word cost? It ends with ed. All right. So the present tense of cost is what? Causes. It's a special name we give to verbs that do not end with ed. Do you know? They are, but to raise your hand, they are irregular. Okay. All right. So we're right here, and we're here now. So we just looked at the present simple, and we are moving on. Now we did not touch future simple, and we're going to touch it now. Because there's something about how do we express future with will and shall, or we may say going to. But there's something about will and shall that you need to know. Does anyone know the difference between will and shall? Yes, Nadine? When something is going to happen. When something is going to happen when? In the future. In the future. We use will and shall. Let's look on the board. Let's look at the difference between will and shall. When to use will and shall. Okay, what's the answer? The future is formed with shall or will, whether with subject nouns or subject pronouns. However, are exceptions. Pause. The future is expressed with shall and okay then? Let's read some more. For example, I shall if I read in here. He shall if the here gets into organs. Stop. If I want to predict, as in say something that is going to happen in the future, and I use the pronoun I could take out the pronoun and say my name. Which my name would be there? The what? The noun. Wonderful. So I say I. If I want to say I and say about the future to predict something, I shall eat my lunch or my dinner at a later time. I am predicting. I use which word? Hello, I use which word? Say it again. I use which word? Shall. If I want to put my foot down and say I'm not going to do it, I say will. Wonderful. Let's read this one. I will not tolerate my neighbor's constant burning of garbage. We will not drive with garbage any longer, as the people are not. Wonderful. Who's not following? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yes, Wendy. What are you not following? Has nothing to do with this. Do you know the pronouns? Subject pronouns are. Pay attention. Okay, teacher. Okay, pay attention. So are exceptions to the rule. Are you following? So write the pronouns down in your books. I, you, he, she, it. Write them underneath each other. You know, first person, second person, third person, I, you, he, she, or it. Do you have that? Above that is write singular. Take out the space, now go over to the side and write the plural. The plural of I is what? The plural of I is we. The plural for you is you remains the same. The plural for he or she is and that goes for it too, because it is neutral. All right then. When you pay attention, are you following me? All right, the plural for I when it is what? We. So the rule says, the grammatical rule says, when you're using shall or will, I and we have a special usage. Let's look at it on the board. So you have it in front of you on your paper now. Follow me carefully, okay? So when I'm speaking of the future, I go with, say it again, I go with shall. When I want to predict something, the plural for I is we. We. So it's either I or we shall. See here, shall. So I shall, more than one. We shall. Follow me? This is wonderful. If I want to get very strong-minded about something, you know, when the persons go to the other, they say, will you take this man? I say, I will. You see what I'm saying? So when you get very strong-minded about something, you've made up your mind, you will use will with it. Or say it again. Intentional. When you're following me. All right, explain to me what you understand with I and we with shall and will. Go ahead. Now if you falter, I'll help you. Go ahead. For what reason do you use I with shall? No, I'm repeating because I want to hear you clearly. A little clearer, teacher. When I and shall together, or if it's plural, you know what you say? We and shall. Go on. From my decision, your intention, okay then? So if you say shall, you're not really sure. In theory, it happens, but it doesn't happen. But when you say wake up, make up your mind that you are strong-minded about it. Everybody's following? We've not following. Just raise your hand. Now the other pronouns that you have on your paper, what are they? Those that fall under I. When you look on your paper, those that fall under I are what? You, T, E, or it. Let's read about those now. As follows. Example. Traffic will be diverted from Spanish Dock to because of the heavy school from the river. You were in the past on British Dock. Example. Traffic shall be moving from Dock Road because of the river. Future, it will be intentional or all right. So let's take the bottom one first. Yes, you want to do something? Please change in the opposite. Opposite things. So who do you think now would make this come on about checking something using Spanish grammar? Think about the name. Who do you think would respond to making that decision? NWA, right? Or some other entity that controls road usage. Following? This is no traffic allowed in that corridor. You've heard those things. Okay? So traffic shall speed. Come on. So Who's traveling? Go with traveling. Is. Okay then. All right. Collective now. All right then. Let's go back to this. You shall, he shall, she shall, and you from they shall command or in. Now you have to go and start writing the way you should. Okay, then so let's talk on now. That is where because of the so that's predicting. So your heard is a higher number frequency and you're going to travel. If you know something, we will not, it doesn't look like if you get in trouble on the road tomorrow. Okay then? So that is a prediction. Anyone would like to ask me anything? Who is not clear? So we have this future simple tense. So there's something that we need to know about these words, which are future words, because they often are used with other verbs. They often, okay then? They often, almost always need to be used with other verbs. All right. Very important. These tenses. So let's continue now. Now we're getting closer in our lesson to the real thing. So now write one sentence. What is the evidence of? Evolution. No verb, if you cannot speak of a sentence using now or past, finished period, or future prediction or intention, whichever about the picture. I'm giving you a minute to write the sentence. I'm going to take your sentences because I need to. Okay, wonderful. Let me see yours. I'm finished. Okay, we are in. Okay, continue. Let me go over there and see what is happening right here. Yes, come shape your G properly. Okay, shape it properly. And what is this?
They have to dispose of.
This gas.
They have to dispose of.
Okay, so I want to fix this sentence. So they are, the gas is going out already, right? So they don't have to, they are doing it. So they are disposing of the gas and it is polluting the gas. So make a correction right here. One more. Oh, is this one? All right, finish that sentence. What do you have there, Winnie? On the top page. Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Some corrections to do, and we're going to do class. So let's take a look at that now. Okay. That's a different kind of situation. What does that look like? What behavior thing? Far, small, wonderful. Another sentence. One more sentence, quickly. Okay. Yes. Begin with the sentence. Cause of disruption in the day. Okay. That's prediction. Okay, then prediction. For a word. Okay, so I've seen they're coming on. Let me see over here what's happening over here. All right, just 30 more seconds on this. Very good, wonderful. Very good. Can't finish yet, but you can't think of anything. See the commemorative. Causes asthma, so October. So it should be, it is causing, right? Because the asthma is acting up. Okay, so edit right here. Okay, right here, so the sentence. Refuse from the, read from it. Sure. Okay, is it predicted? Okay. Yes. Yeah, essay. Well, take what you did. S. Let's see. Yes, Yes, yes. You're affected by this verb if it. Or do you spell continuous? Check that in your dictionary. So make sure that if you are predicting, you are predicting. If you say I and you are done. And if you are saying an intention or command, do you know? Hello. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Make sure you keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay then. So we looked at the picture and we saw that it was looking like small. How do you guess? A part of small is a name for evolution. So let's read about small. According to the small is a 20th century word combining small and small means that there is physical is or is when you can see the environment clearly, which is mixed with smoke or other pollutants in the atmosphere. Wonderful. So what is the pollutant contextually now? What is the pollutant? Raise your hand. Something that should not be in the environment. Should not be affecting the environment negatively is the air right now. Okay, do you see the connection? Pollution. Okay, so pollute with a pollute. Okay, Alright, small.
According to the national environment and agency, small is produced by a set of complex chemical reactions involving molecular. According to the national environment and agency, smog is produced by a set of complex chemical reactions involving volatile organic compounds. Nitrogen oxide and sulfur is required from the comes from starter fluid, chemical solvents, and plastic packaging. In physical urban materials, at least half of the produced from buses, trucks, and city bodies are smog is often more severe.
Further away from where it is coming off. Because what causes it to be more effective farther away? Put on your thinking caps. Your critical thinking caps stop. Raise your hand if you have an idea. Being deep. See, in the sentence here, the last sentence, and it says, that small is more severe, coming farther away from the center of where it's happening. Yes.
The sentence is
Raise your voice a little bit more.
the sentence is producers of smog is hard to stroke. Most of these when they're causing smoke is coming from them, they are moving. So they leave behind their
Smoke are their pollutants. They leave behind the pollutants while they travel ahead.
All right. So it says small things. Or to their corporate goals and it's a company. Okay, then you can leave with money, not taking it. So think some more. Here's the question. This is both into the here and there. And as a result of that, means people are reading this here. Or severe, farther away from society. Community grammar, the best that is.
I think it's
Go up in the air makes so
Yes.
like
I'm listening.
so makes it like because when the smoke go up in the cloud makes it kind of have like it's all like an overcast. Like
Okay. Of course, you're lucky. What you said, farther away. Yes. Coming to you, it's coming to you when it's coming down here, yes, going down.
going in here. So going in different direction. Other parts of the atmosphere and then that the state.
Because, for example, in you get the sentence about riverton fire and the smoke. Probably you and Spanish song that is in there, and it will be in. You will smell the smoke in like after tree. So it's like traveling
What is in there?
breeze.
breeze. Okay, or wind. Okay, farmer wind. What was the individual? Okay. What part motion? What do you call the motion? Wind or breeze? No, you don't even. Okay. Can you guess? Yes.
And I call you have to start with a spark and it grows the more. So I was thinking along with the wind, because oxygen is also in the air as the breeze is moving, it grows along with the oxygen, so it's moving in the wind.
It moves, so the wind, right? The wind takes it. So when you are standing right here, it takes on you. It's not like okay, so when it comes, you can smell something from like now you're so right. Because the wind is taking it to. And you are making it and for the thing. Everyone is following? Yes, it's wonderful. You're thinking, think good when you can press your mind. But before I continue, each of you have a different word code. So look into this now. Write down any word that you need to check in your vocabulary too. Very quickly, very quickly. Any word you do not recognize in the paragraph, write it down now and check it. I'll come around shortly. Check your understanding. So put vocabulary, meaning, any word in any line that you are not sure of. And write it down. And check the meaning. Right, so let me let somebody face. If you have discovered a meaning for the word, raise your hand and pick up. No, it's context. So we're dealing with what this lesson. Here, pollution. So the meaning that you select for the word must be related to air pollution. Are you ready with agree?
All that time able to change rapidly.
And okay, that's the only one you don't know? Or you're waiting on it?
Waiting.
Can we come into you, yes?
It's a photochemical.
Smog, okay, photochemical, what does the reading say? That? It
It's
says
a
what?
set of complex photochemical reactions involving
Right, so
volatile organic compounds and
so part of what is in smog is photochemicals. Okay, so this is a photochemical smog.
and it's caused by chemical reaction.
So where in for example, Kingston would you see this kind of smog? Where? You remember the first picture that I showed?
This what's that, cement factory?
Something looking like yes, cement factory, looking like it could be cement factory. So that chemical would come off whereas as Jenny says.
If you know where else?
Where
What
else?
is it? America's started drive? No, like you go in Portmore side and you have all of those big. Like things of it's always burning something to do with it, but one thing.
Light. Okay. The photo has to be light. So it has something to do with
light. Photochemicals, no, okay? It has something to do with like a chemical reaction that interacts with light. Okay then? All right, okay then. Everybody clear? Let's see where. One more minute. Wendy, are you okay over here? Okay, then. I'm going to ask you the words, so. Make sure I clear. Oh, and if it's comes, are you clear about anything? Comes from automatic factories. Okay, solving, and solving is able to do what? So what substance do you kind of think of that dissolve another substance? Like acid can dissolve. We have some forms of oils such as, you know what you can spray to melt grease? Okay, that is a solvent because it can break down, but this dissolve a substance. So it is, this substance comes out of a factory, then when it comes into the atmosphere, it is supposed to destroy something in the atmosphere. Break down other substance in the atmosphere. Okay, you can affect the atmosphere by breaking down other substance in the atmosphere. All right, so I would like to move on now. Are you still word searching? Everyone is. Okay, so let's take a look at the paragraph. I would like you now to explain to me in your own words what you think the paragraph is saying. Now that we have looked at yes. So basically the National Environment and Planning Agency is giving us an idea of what smart is and what it entails and what causes it. So it's giving us a background as to how we can identify. I think beneficial to us as humans. How we can identify smog and the particles that it entails that's going to affect us. Yes. All right. I would like first, what you understand from the program first. Raise your hand. Someone? Yes, Nanny? Please.
And what Shani said, and it's also telling us that it don't have to be the police, the pollution won't have to be right. And the it's done. Continue. Remember, tell me what is small while you're writing, because that's a present tense. Say what it is in your writing. Very good, very good. Yes. Very good. I'm seeing some really good paragraphs. Take a look at it. Okay, finish. Very good so far. Excellent. Okay, one more minute. One more minute. We're coming to the end of our class now. One more minute to go. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. I think I've seen most persons, nearly everyone. Shani, I didn't see yours. I'm coming down there, and this is the second to last one.
One more this.
That it is not. That's important. Last person. Good one. Finish it. They're called the funding. And you can go back and take a look at our lesson on. What was it on?
YouTube.
Okay, thank you very much.